Good evening. Very cold, windy, but beautiful. Absolutely stunning evening. End of December, start of January. I've come down to paint some bee boxes tonight. Give them a paint. As Ian Campbell would say, you've had all winter. And we certainly made a mistake last year of not painting our bee boxes, not getting them ready. We're not going to make that mistake again this year, so we're on. It's cold, it's horrible, but we're here. Farmer saw the light on, so he called in to say hello and having a natter with them, and he said, we take care of the pigeons on this place, as well as the rats and mice. I noticed there was a lot of bird droppings on the floor. I'll see if I can show you this. All these bird droppings. It's barn owls, that. We've had barn owls move in. So these things on the here, this is what they look like. This. Let's get this light right so you can see. That's probably better. So this here, it looks like a lump of sheep muck or something like that. The first giveaway is there's been no livestock in here, but if we break one open and have a look at what we found, let's see if I can show you this, there we go, perfect. Let's get that out. Let's see if I can see this. Hopefully you can see that. That's its teeth. Pointy bit. Let's see. Yeah, that's its teeth, that's its skull. These are owl pellets. Owl pellets, they're not drop-ins. When you crunch them, you can feel and see the bones and the skulls which are appearing, and the ribs of field mice that the owl is eating and living on. I spoke to him about this, and I used to think it was rose-tinted glasses that about 4 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, we started setting traps, building permanent trap boxes and stations rather than using rather than using rodenticide. And every now and again I would drive on, I would see a barn owl flying up the path, or I would see the odd buzzard or something like that kicking about, the odd kestrel. But over the last few years, I genuinely thought I'd seen a huge increase in the numbers. But again, you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to think, we didn't start monitoring the numbers before, we're not monitoring them now, so is it actually an increase, or are we seeing what we want to see? So I asked him about it, and he said, no, yeah, absolutely. He said when he's lived on this farm all his life, and he's worked this farm all his life, and he said that there was always a couple of barn owls kicking about, always. But he would have to go looking for them to find them. He said, whereas now, he said he'll see half a dozen every night, and I've certainly noticed them increase in when they were fledging, they were getting clutches away, and it's just showing, they're living in here now. They're living in this barn. They haven't lived in this barn before. There's that many of them that they are coming in here to spend the evening. Now I'm hoping, possibly, that I'm going to try and get a camera in here. It'd be lovely to see, wouldn't it? Should I go as far to put a nest box up? I don't know. It's time and effort, isn't it? And we're short of it because we are painting bee boxes and getting ready for the summer coming, which hopefully is going to be around the corner. But I think at some point as well, if everyone's interested, I'll probably try and get them to do a sit-down chat with us about the changes that he has saw on this farm before and after the move from rodenticide to traps. And I must clarify that we're not, when we say rodenticide free, we mean that we use it as and when it is needed, but it's certainly not our fallback option. Probably, don't know, we're probably down to using about 1 kilo of bait over the course of a year, per 2 farms, so like 1 kilo each to keep on top of this, the rat population when they nip past. But in general, we're not using the 30-40 kilo of bait that we were using to keep it truly rat free. So yeah, just shows done it, little changes make big differences to the ecosystem, and like it or not, this is the future of pest control. Got some lot more painting to be done before the spring comes. A lot more painting to be done, but we'll get it done and we'll have them ready for the spring and the summer, and hopefully we'll be able to bring you some nice interesting videos about the bees and their growth and my learning as well, because yeah, we've been messing on with bees for about 3 to 4 years now. However, we are not beekeepers by any stretch of the imagination. We are people who have sort of become beekeepers by proxy, and that's a whole other story, but I'm sure we'll get there at some point. That light's a nightmare, isn't it? Especially as I struggle to stand still. But there we go. So yeah, plenty of boxes, plenty of lids, plenty of floors, lots of work to be done. Getting ready for the spring coming. Good evening, God bless.